Do you ever have clients who come to your sessions overwhelmed, overstimulated, upset, and wonder, what do I do with them? Then in this video, we're going to cover 3 different ways that you can do that. And in order to do that, let's start with a really simple principle that just sticks in the mind that will help you to remember in those moments, oh, right, this is one of those moments. So the idea is state before story. And it's the idea that we need to address clients' states before we deal with their stories, their meaning making, and even in a lot of cases, their goal setting or any kind of problem solving. So when clients come in and they're working with big emotions that are overwhelming their system, there's 3 things you can do. So one of them is downregulation grounding. One of the simplest ways that you can do this is have them feel their contact with the earth. If they're sitting, they're feeling their legs and hips in contact with the seat. If they're standing, they're feeling their feet in contact with the earth. For some people to get grounded, they need stillness and noticing. For other people, they need movement, right? You need to get them like bouncing, shaking, or having them have lower tone sounds, speaking from deeper in the chest or the diaphragm. That actually activates more of that down regulation in the nervous system to have that vibration here in the lower part. Or it might be that for other clients, they're actually too down-regulated and shut down and sleepy and don't want to move and disconnected. And so for them, they need some shaking. They need a little bit of movement, expansion, bigger breathing, to start to bring their system back inside that window of tolerance. Now, it might also be that they're just having a feeling. Now, depending on your relationship with emotions, you might relate to a big feeling as something that's too big or a trauma response when it's just a big feeling. Now, you can reference our trauma versus big feelings video where I go really in depth with that. It's a super helpful video. You can check it out. But let's come back to this idea of, okay, so let's say they're coming in and it's just a big feeling. One of the things you can do, this is a technique that we teach called 10% more, is where you just have them be with the emotion. So many people have big feelings that they can't deal with, right? Feelings have 3 pieces. They have beginning, they have a middle, and they have an end, which obviously you already know. But often people have the beginning of a feeling go, that's a bad feeling, I don't like that feeling, and I'll deal with it later, and they shove it in the closet. And then the process of feeling has gotten broken and interrupted. So now anything that brings up that feeling and the action that brings up that feeling, again, they push it out of the way. And this is what gets clients stuck. It's what gets clients stopping moving towards their goals. And it's what gets them, it creates a lot of problems. And so a really simple way to move them forward is, okay, they come in with their feeling, that is getting in the way of their ability to move through or to take action or to think clearly. And you invite them to sit with the feeling. Okay, what's the feeling? Have them name the emotion, right? Number 1, and name the emotion. All right, let's stay with that emotion for a minute. Can you be with it just as it is, right? I sometimes like to quote Tara Brach. She invites people to just practice saying, it's like this right now. It's like this right now. And just sit with it. And if they can make space for that, then you invite them in 10% more. Okay, can I invite 10% more of this? Can I exaggerate the body 10% more to be in this? And just have them stay with it. And emotions to fully process takes between 90 seconds and 5 minutes. So if you can have them really make space to not fight it, not resist it, but just let it be there, it will often just naturally melt and resolve. They'll have these moments where I don't like it, right? And I often will be challenging. I'll be like, can you stay with it? You don't have to, but notice if you can stay with it just for a few more seconds, what happens? If you just make a little bit more space in your body, make a little bit more space in your chest to stay with this, what happens? And usually what happens is there's this natural downregulation, a natural ending to the emotion that makes space for new insight, new feeling, new perspective. And the feeling resolves, and then the client is available for the next part of the session or the next part of their life. And if they can really learn to sit through feelings, they can learn to stop avoiding every part of their life that might bring that feeling up. And that gains them way more choice, way more freedom, way more ability to live in a way that is totally free and full of choice. And so these three things, right? Grounding, downregulating, slowing down, upregulating, shaking, moving, and then being with and amplifying what's there are so useful. Now, I also use this principle with couples. So if you want to see how I do that, stay tuned for the next video. If you like this video and you want more principles that can help you in your coaching practice, you can subscribe below and comment. Let us know what questions you have about this. And if you want to see other videos like this, let us know what they are.